The psychology of separation. Have you ever felt cried when you are alone, but felt numb around others? Or been called too sensitive by your family and wondered if your feelings were just too much? In many cultures, especially collective ones, emotional separation is not just normalized, it is expected. Vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness, and expressing sadness or fear can feel like going off script. We are learned to say I'm fine even when we are not. We learn to stay quiet to survive, but not to thrive. And what if those emotion habits aren't you? And what if those emotion habits aren't you? What if they were passed down? If parenting for peaceful world psychologist Robin Grills explains, in Parenting for a Peaceful World, psychologist Robin Grills explains how generation of emotionally neglected children became adults who suppressed their own feelings, then unknowingly taught their kids to do the same. Families shaped by war, poverty, or hardship often had no space for emotional safety, and that legacy still continues today. This quiz is here to help you gently uncover your emotional patterns and deeper reasons behind them. Whether you just starting to give yourself permissions to feel again, or are already on your healing journey, this is your space. No pressure, no shame, just awareness and a change to breath. Before you begin taking this quiz, this is a reminder that these quizzes are part of a series we're working on to help you guys to help our viewers gain more insight into things that are going in your lives or someone's you know's lives. These quizzes are not designed to be diagnostic, but they are designed in mind to help you reflect on what might be going on so that you can become more self-aware and make changes necessary. Just like our other quizzes on how are you really and how lonely are you. If they're helping you, it would be great so to have you share your results and also ideas to next quizzes. Now let's begin. One, we're upset, what to do? A lot of highly intelligent people spend years thinking something is wrong with them because their thoughts don't move the way most people do. They think deeper, they think longer, and they think in patterns that are hard to explain. Many of us grow up assuming that being smart is supposed to look a certain way, and when we don't match that picture, we start hiding what goes on inside our minds. No one else sees the constant thinking, the mental spirals, the imaginary conversations, getting lost in your own head, and then wondering why am I like this? But what if we told you those weird habits are not flaws, but signs of highly intelligent minds? Our goals with this video is really simple. It's to help you understand your mind a little better and maybe feel a little more at home inside of it. So many of you loved part 1 of these videos, and the response made one thing clear. A lot of people finally felt scenes. So today, let's talk about some more strange but surprisingly smart behaviors. that other shows up in highly intelligent, deeply reflections, thinkers, and see how many feel familiar. One, you replay conversation and mentally edit them. Do you ever replay something you said hours, days, or even years later? A conversation ends, but your thoughts don't. A small interaction turns into a whole in a movie. A quiet moment becomes a deep mental spiral. You try rethink your tone, your wording, what you should have said instead. Highly intelligent people tend to analyze social interaction deeply because they are constantly learning from experience. Your running mental replies to improve future communications. Notice patterns, understand dynamics better, and express yourself more accurately. It can feel exhausting, but it's also a sign of strong self-awareness, deep reflections, and cognitive complexity. 2. You mentally stimulate future conversations. Much like our earlier point, you probably also imagine future conversation too. Resharing response and playing out multiple possible outcomes. What they may say, what you might say, how it could go well, how it could go wrong. You always think ahead. Not just reaching to the present moment. Some people might call it overthinking or mistakes it for anxiety. But your brain just naturally thinks ahead like most highly intelligent people. 3. You make yourself laugh with inside jokes. Do you ever catch yourself laughing and then realize you are completely alone? No video, no message, no one said anything out loud. You just threw off something and made yourself laugh. But you can't really share the joke with anyone else because, well, it's kind of an inside jokes you have with yourselves. Most of people might think that's a bit weird, but one of the top comments on part 1 described this perfectly. I've had a habit of laughing randomly to myself, which would scare my mom. She'd ask, "What's so funny?" And I can't quite explain because the laughter was the result of a 30 minutes train of thought that curled into an inside joke that made me laugh because my mind doesn't really sit still. I'd have to recap the past 30 minutes of my thoughts for someone to get the joke. And even if I did, they'd never get it. Is this happened to anyone else? And unsurprisingly, a lot of people related to that. We say unsurprising because highly intelligent minds like yours tend to run in layers. Your thoughts don't flow in a straight line, but rather it jumps, loops, makes random connections, and stacks ideas on top of each other. Sometimes those connections land it as insight. Sometimes they land as jokes. Laughing at your own thoughts is not a sign that you are strange. It is a sign that your mind is playful, creative, and highly associative, able to find humor and abstract connection and contain yourself. 4. Your brain jumps ahead of the conversation. Most of the time, you already know where a conversation is going before it gets there. You see the point before they say it and leap forward to the conclusion while everyone else is still on step 2. Sounds familiar, right? If yes, it's likely because highly intelligent people like you think and process information quicker than most. Your brain moves fast, sometimes too fast, making you seem random, scatterbrained, or hard to understand for some people. You probably also having a tendency to under-explain things too, because you assume the connection are obvious, that other people think and understand as well and as fast as you. You jump to the end, skip the steps, and then forget that people didn't follow the entire mental journey you just took. Whoops. Now you are halfway through a sentence. People look confused and you are like, oh, wait, let me back up. You're not bad at explaining. Your brain just runs ahead of your mouth. But don't worry, it's actually a sign of high intelligence. 5. You see too many angles at once. Most of people look at the situation and see one side, but you see 5 or 10. You notice pros, cons, hidden motives, and possible outcomes. Nothing is ever black and white on you. You understand and can hold multiple perspectives at once, ever when they contradict each other. This is a hallmark of complex thinking and probably why it's hard for you to make decisions sometimes. Being highly perspective means you see nuance where others see simplicity. You can't choose quietly You can't choose quickly because you see so many things at stake. You explore concepts from multiple angles, follows rabbit holes, and stays with questions longer than most people see. You ever misunderstood but not lonely. You might notice that you think differently. Maybe going through this list made you feel like few people truly get how your mind works. Or maybe you've always felt that way and just didn't know why until right now. You process deeply. You connect dots in ways that are hard to explain out loud, and sometimes creates a gap between you and the other people. You feel misunderstood by a lot of people, but it never makes you feel lonely. In fact, sometimes you feel happier being alone. You don't need constant stimulation because your mind already provides plenty. You can sit with an idea, turn it over, explore it, and flow it down different paths and genuinely enjoy the process. For people wired like you, thinking itself is pleasurable. So while you may wish that more people could see inside your head, you also spending time with yourself. In that combination, wanting to be understood but not needing constant company is often a sign of depth, self-awareness, and rich inner life. So, did you recognize yourself on this? If you've never felt a little strange for the way your mind works, you're not alone, and there's nothing wrong with you. Your brain might just be weird as a little differently, giving you a unique way of seeing things. And while these habits don't guarantee genius, they often appear in people with high intellectual potential, deep inner lives, and complex way of thinking. So, which one of these felt the most accurate for you, and what's something in your mind tends to get lost in lately? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if this resonates with you, like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Thank you for watching. See ya!